Are you ready to enter the most amazing time in Earth's history? Well, if you are, stick around because we're going to talk about exactly what that means for you and me. Hiya guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sean Hills and this is A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. The Age of Aquarius! Woohoo! Every time I say that, every time I say the Age of Aquarius, that's all I can hear in my head. And for the longest time growing up, I never even questioned why so many people had been speaking about the Age of Aquarius, why there was poems, songs, pictures, books, you name it. You name it, people have been banging on about this time forever. But what does it actually mean? What is going on? We're going to have a look at some things right now. I'm also going to give you my personal touch on it, what I feel is going on. Because the amazing thing about human beings is, and the amazing thing about this life, it can be very frustrating, but it's also very beautiful, is most people are given, 10% here, 20% there, maybe 30%, but maybe 30% of 20% of the whole. People are given snippets through their spiritual experiences, and together we build up a beautiful picture of what we believe is going to happen. I have my own thoughts, my own opinions. I've had my own spiritual experiences that I've been through that have led me to make this channel in the first place. So if you are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. You can become a soul experiencer by hitting that subscribe button right now. You don't have to like this video, but hit the subscribe button because there might be a video that you want to watch in the future. And to all my beautiful returning soul experiences, welcome, welcome, welcome back. We have such an amazing community going on here, and it's just growing all the time. It's getting better all the time. The quality of the comments, the quality of the people that we have watching these videos is just tremendous, and it just seems to be that everyone's vibing on that same sort of like, come on, let's go, full of positive vibes, let's go for it. We all have our bad days. We all have our bad days. We all have our bad moments, me included. Every single one of us, we're human beings. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So while we're here, let's give it that human experience. Let's feel them emotions. Don't let the emotions guide us. Don't let the emotions move us to the point of coming off our center too much. Let's feel joy. Yeah, let's feel anger. But let's be centered through all of this. And we're going to need to be centered at this time, because just before the Age of Aquarius, which we're going into, which we're going to talk about now, some really positive things, we do have to get this year out of the way. And can I be as blasé or as blatant, whatever words you want to use to say, how can you say the golden age starts in 2026? And on the timeline, what you can see on the thumbnail of this video, I know, I see 2026 to 2057. I don't know why. I can't, I'll be 70 years old in 2057. It's when my driving license runs out. Fingers crossed I live a lot longer, another 30 years, another 30, 40 years would be great on top of that. But from the catalyst of this year, we have to get this year out of the way. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We're at the very, very beginning of a 26,000 year cycle. So over this year, it's like 26,000 steps. They're going to be big steps if you want to make it, right? So we're stepping over 2025, but as we're not stepping over it, we're in it. But we're stepping into 2026, and we are. There is no world-ending event. There is no apocalyptic event. Yes, there is an end times. It was the end times of the Piscean age. The age of blind faith and control. The age of blind faith and control. We're leaving that age. We got half a foot. It's a big foot. It's a 26,000 year foot, right? And 2025 is stepping literally. We're going to be fully emerged in 2026. Fully emerged from what I've seen in my visions, from what I've seen in my meditations. and they've not changed. And the other things I've seen in the same vision continue to come true. So we can have absolute faith. Not just from my word, but from many, many, many people that are doing the work, that have done the work, done the spiritual work, and the spontaneous spiritual awakeners. You know, that's going to be happening so much more. Now we're going into the golden age. You're going to see people you never believed, friends, family, that wouldn't even listen, wouldn't even consider something out of this world, something woo-woo, something spiritual, something extraterrestrial, something out of body, something God-related, something Christ-related. They wouldn't even, oh, I ain't got time for that. These people that I ain't got time for that. These are the people you're going to start seeing waking up. There's no stopping it. We cannot stop this time. They cannot stop this time. We are going into the greatest time in Earth's history. Earth's universal history, not modern history, not past history. We are going into the greatest time, and you are here for it. And it's hard when you're distracted by so much in the world. I wake up in the mornings and it's taking me longer and longer to get my bearings, because the amount of information that human beings are taking in on a daily basis now is frying our minds. It's frying our minds. There's so much. You're looking over here, you're looking over there, you're looking over here. What's going on now? Every single day you turn on the media, there's something new. There's some tragedy, and they point every single camera they have at it. They point every camera they have at it, and they blast it on every channel. And then all the other independent medias pick up on it, and they blast it on their channels. Which is why it's so important to get your daily dose of positivity with videos like this. Because that stuff is happening. It is happening. There's a tremendous amount of positive stuff that's happening on the planet, but they don't choose to point their cameras that way. We have to understand that. We have to really start understanding that. They do not choose to point their cameras in the way of positive stories, of the millions and millions of positive actions. Actions of love, actions of giving, actions of sacrifice. We hear hero stories amongst the tragedies. We do. But it's always amongst the tragedy. And unfortunately, fear sells. People, it's genetically built into us to keep an eye out for fear because it keeps us alive. Oh, that's dangerous, let's stay away. But we're looking at fearful things happening 3,000 miles away. In a little area that's localized to a spot. And it's terrible. But the human condition was not programmed to allow for multiple devastations per day to be in our awareness. Because it removes us from our peace. And this has been their tactic. And when I say they, you know who I'm on about. This has been their tactic forever in the Piscean age. But there comes a point where you just gotta shake that off. It's making you feel like absolute garbage watching this stuff sometimes. So we have to make sure we get our daily dose of positivity. And there's many, many ways you can do that. Positive videos, getting out in the sun, getting out in the water. And like I said, the human race knows this now. We know this. We've known it all along, but like I said, we've been in the age of the Pisces, the blind faith. Oh, this guy's my teacher, let me follow them. Rather than listening, I'm my own teacher, let me follow me. And maybe the teacher can learn something from me. And maybe their views on the lesson is completely different from mine, but that's okay. Because maybe we put our lessons together and we become two teachers and two students intertwined in a learning process that never ends. And innovation can begin. Innovation can begin. And that's what we're going into. I want to have a look at some things here quickly. Because let's see what we're stepping into. in this great age. And it is, I'm not just saying it. When I say the universe is watching us, watching mankind right now, I mean it. It's happening. It's happening, and we're right in it. Okay, let's take a look at this here. So on January the 16th at 11:11 on 2025 this year, 3:00 p.m. estimated, the sun leaves Capricorn and enters Aquarius. Now we are going into the age of Aquarius. It begins a season of dedicated and embracing innovation. We were just talking about innovation, funny enough, redefining community and individuality. Individuality. So we've been talking about innovation and individuality, you know, and making our contribution to collective process. And this is how we do it, guys. And it's been said in many, many beautiful teachings for years that by working on ourselves and loving ourselves enough to say, hey, I want better. I want better in my knowledge. I want better in knowing my history. I want better in knowing who I am, who we really are. I want better in knowing who my brothers and sisters are. I want better in knowing who my creator is, how to properly look after my health, what to eat, what to drink, what's in my water, what's in my food, what am I observing that's going through these holes here. We got holes here, we got holes all over the place, and they're taking in this 3D world. And this is our weak points. And our skin can absorb. So our body is like a sponge and we absorb the world around us. So what we put our awareness on, we become a product of. And that's really, really important, because what we become a product of starts to reflect the world outside of us. So it's a dance. People say we're the sole creators of our reality. No, we're not the sole creators of our reality. It's a dance. It's a yin and yang. We are a product of our environment, and our environment is also a product of our internal. It's a dance, and we can be pulled one way by energy. Everything on this planet holds an energy, and if we're matching an energy inside of us with an energy outside of us, we're going to be pulled into that reality. That's how it works. If we allow ourselves to be, there is an energy of temptation. There is an energy of doing the wrong thing. It's exciting. I used to be that guy. Drink, drugs, women, music, parties, dancing, guitar, let's just go jam. You know, me and my mate Paul out there, the open mic nights, the jam nights. He was on the drums, I was on guitar. We just wanted to party and we never wanted to sleep. And it was just go, go, go. The crazier, the better. Literally killing ourselves in the process. Removing ourselves from who we truly were. But there was something very pulling towards that. It held an energy. It held a destructive energy, and I was hurting inside. So what did I attract on the outside? What did I get pulled towards? Because the other options were there for me. On the way to the pub, there was a beautiful organic fruit and health store that I'd grab an apple at, because it was cheap. I'd grab an apple for 40p. But there was a whole environment of healthiness on the way to the temptation of misery and depravity. Because nothing good came out of them situations. Violence, cheating, ending up in a hospital from thinking you're doing something and it ends up to be something completely different, and now you're on a drip. That was me. You know, all of a sudden, it was a dangerous world out there. You know, even when you was doing something dangerous back in the day, you knew what you was up to. Nowadays, you don't know what you're up to. It's dangerous for the kids now. You know, obviously I was a kid when I was a teenager in my 20s when all this was going on. You know, so I've been there. I've been there. And this is what I'm saying. If you spoke to the people I was knocking about with back in the pub, back in the day, looking for a line, looking for a pint, looking for a smoke, looking for a party, looking for a bird, looking for a fight, looking for a kebab. You know, that's as far, you know, I never looked for a fight. I was never one of them. I got to admit, I've always been, looking for a dance. Always hated fighting. That's why I do martial arts. That is the reason I do martial arts. Because I don't like confrontation. you know. But yeah, so yeah, I've been there. I've been on that side. But you're going to see people. If you'd spoke to my friends back then, well, this guy believes in God. Not only does he believe in God, I swear my life. I swear everything I have on his existence, on their existence. I've never seen a man. I've seen the blinding white light. I've never seen a gender. As far as I'm aware, as far as what I've seen myself personally, it's a blinding white light. Is our create? It's just light. A light that fills up your whole vision when you see it. Nothing you can see but the light when you see the light. Nothing else in your periphery. You're up, you're down. Your nose, your fingers. You just see the light. I only saw it brick. Whoosh, so quick. So the sun is going to be in Aquarius until February 18th. So this is localized as well. We're talking about sun and lunar and things. But we can see it's inviting us to reflect and navigate issues of belonging, conforming and fitting in. We've always been trying to fit in, haven't we? Fit into this group, I'm an emo, I'm a rocker, I'm a chav, I'm a townie. I'm an 80s child, I'm a 90s child. I'm a millennium. What is it? Millennia? I'm a millennial. I don't know the others, I'm not into all that. A Gen X. Gen Z? Oh, blimey, I do know more. God, they've had it programmed. See? How many more boxes? How many more boxes do we want? How many more boxes do we want to put ourselves in? We're coming out of that though. The beginning of Aquarius season is particularly significant for those born with placements in fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius. These individuals will experience opportunities to break free from outdated patterns, embrace their unique gifts and explore how they can contribute to collective growth and change. Because, okay, for the longest time, and I'm not knocking these star signs, all right? We got Taurus, we got Leo, we got Scorpio, we got Aquarius. You're all strong-headed people, aren't you? Independent, strong-headed people, bosh, 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 bosh. Meanwhile, the little old Pisces, you know, the little old Capricorn in the corner, or the Virgo, you know, we got our ideas, we're just dreamers. They ain't never going to happen. Old Pisces and Capricorn and Virgo, they're just away with the clouds. They're just, you know, Leo and all that, they wanted to be in, it was about, you know, these star signs specifically, a lot of growth will come in your way. Because, hey, most Pisces will tell you, and Capricorn and things like that, you know, been away with the fairies for a long, long time, been in dreamland a long, long time. It's time for the Taurus to start dreaming. It's time for the Leo to start dreaming. It's time for the Scorpio and the Aquarius to really start dreaming now. You know, beyond what you can see, touch, smell, taste and hear. You know? And this isn't generalised, it isn't all of you. I'm not generalising, this isn't all of you. But I know you're I mean it in a positive way. You guys are strong-willed. You're strong-willed people, you Leos and you Scorpios and you Tauruses and that. And you're Aquarius, you're strong-willed people and you like things to be done in a way that you know is going to keep you safe. You want to be safe, you want to live a long life, you want your family to be safe. I get it. I'm a Pisces, I'm very empathetic, I get it. You know, but this is what we're going into, guys. We're really, really, really going into a time now where people you didn't even expect are going to start waking up. I've got a really interesting video on my channel you should go check out. And it's called Bare Knuckle Boxer Has a Spiritual Awakening. I couldn't believe it. This was a couple of years ago. I've been on my journey. I don't think your journey ever ends once you start. It's a journey. There is no destination. But I was like 2-3 years into my spiritual awakening, and I'm watching bare knuckle boxing because I do like to watch a bit of boxing to ground myself. If I'm watching loads and loads of spiritual stuff, you know, once a month I'd say I'll put on, I'll save an event, a boxing event, and watch that. I've got to really be careful not to watch too much of it because it is violence at the end of the day, and you know, I can get a bit rowdy, you know, but I like to feed that human side of me. I like to not forget I'm human. And that I still have emotions. That I've got to make sure that I know my human emotions for what they are. part of the human condition and know where my centre is. And so once we're centred, we can watch boxing, we can watch things like that. I wouldn't recommend super violent stuff. It's just once you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, keep that in mind. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, and that is the truth. So I've got this really interesting bit here as well. This is a really interesting bit. So quickly, so the bare knuckle boxer. God, I'm confused, distracted myself. The bare knuckle boxer. I was watching the boxing, and all of a sudden, this bare knuckle boxer's like, oh, you know, he went away and he was in a training camp, and he don't know why he started meditating, and he realised that he had a soul and he was more to life, and the guy was just wanted to interview him about the fight, you know, and the other guy's like, yeah, well, I'm hoping to win in the first round, you know, by knockout, you know, maybe right hand, you know, or something like that. And the other guy's like, yeah, well, you know, I'm having a spiritual awakening, lad, you know, and it's crazy. I think I got a soul, lad. You know, it was just, you know, it was. I didn't expect to see it. You know, I don't know what the accent was about. They were from up. Please forgive me. They were from up north of England, and that was my north of England accent there. Kind of a mix of all of it. A bit of Liverpool, I think, in there at some point. But we got this bit here. So this season reminds us that we are creating the future every day. With our choices, we are moving either toward or away from the visions we aspire to bring to life. And it's important to get clear about the kind of people we need to be surrounded by, as well as the kind of person we need to become in order to create the reality we envision. So can you see there that I haven't read this before. I skimmed it and thought that sounds positive. I want to throw something positive up. It was really actually hard to find something that corresponded between the phone and the laptop. That was really, it was. So anyway, isn't it funny how there they've got the people outside and who you are inside? Exactly what we were saying earlier. They've got, you know, you've got to worry about who you're around, the environment, and also worry about your inside, because we've got to start taking responsibility for ourselves. We have to start taking responsibility for ourselves. And so, to align with the natural cycles and energies of the Aquarius season, we invite you to print out and use this bit here. Oh, no. They started going on about some workbook they had. We'll leave that bit there. No, we just had the top bit here about the season. Didn't I put in the bit about the sun journeys for Aquarius? We invite to acknowledge these shadows. I don't think I did put that bit in. Yeah, no, I don't think I did put that bit in. No, but the season reminds us. We got this bit here. We're creating our own future. Now, that is true. That is true. We are creating our own future. But we don't do it instantaneously. There's a domino effect. And the domino effect's a great one. You have a certain amount of paths. Now, in these paths, there are stop points. There are breathing points. You push the domino down this path. It looks fun. You're not quite sure where it's going to go. You've been advised not to put that. You've got a bit of a bad feeling about it, but you push it anyway. You end up where you don't want to go. There's always a breathing point where you can push it and get back on track. Always. Life is fair. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Life is fair. Life isn't unfair. And that's coming from someone I lost my mum when I was 14 years old. I was in care before that. I used to visit her, you know. Then she passed away when I was 14. I got put in the care system. At 14, didn't see my brothers and sisters, no family for years. Ended up on the streets. From the streets, ended up in prison. Then up from prison, rehabs. Back to prison, rehab, streets. You know, that's coming from that life. But I'm now on the other side of that. And even before I lost my mum at 14, I was going through the care system, you know, from 4 years old. This person, that person, social worker, back to my mum, this person, you know, to my auntie. You know, and my dad, moved away to near where I live now. That's why I moved from London, moved from the city to Devon, to a beautiful part of the country. So I didn't see my dad from the age of 5, 6 to the age of 11. So this is coming from someone who grew up without a family. Properly, without a proper family, And I could say, oh, my life was ruined. No child asks for their mum to pass away. No child asks to be left in a care system and turfed out at 16 into their own flat to only lose it and end up homeless because I didn't know what the hell I was doing at 16 years old. All of my life was ruined because of it. No. Life is fair. Because each way along that traumatic upbringing, I didn't have to say yes to the other boys in the children's home who wanted to go out and commit crimes. I didn't have to say yes. I could have said no. This is wrong. I knew it was wrong. I'm not going to go out and take people's cars with you or go out and try and rob shops with you or whatever and commit crimes. I could have said no. But I said yes. Now, it was destiny that I was in that position, but free will choice, I could have said no. So life is fair. I could have said no to many things and I could have said yes to many things. I had many, many opportunities to better my life as a child and I said no. I chose that magnetic energy that I was feeling inside, that pain, that trauma. I chose the pain, the trauma outside of me. And it was very, very easy to do where I was living in London. It was very, very easy to go and get in trouble with the other boys that were hurting around me. There were boys of 11, 12 years old in there that had no parents. Didn't know where they were going to live afterwards. Didn't know where their families were. Just left with staff members to look after them. No one loved them. No cuddles, no kisses. No one who cared. So we went out and we displayed the trauma that we felt. I'd like to know where them boys are now. Hello, Nayuka. Hello, Lee. Hello, Darren. It'd be nice to know where they are now, because for me personally, I've ended up with an absolutely beautiful life. 4 beautiful children, a beautiful wife, beautiful animals, dogs, cats, guinea pigs, living by the sea, living by the coast, dream location, a car I love. I still do my skateboarding, my guitar. I play all the time. I get to make these videos. I get to have a lot of fun. So life is fair, and it's going to become a lot fairer. It's going to become a lot fairer because not only are we going to see this personal growth on a personal level, but like I've said, all around us, it's going to ripple. We cannot stop it. There is nothing we have to do now. The only thing I ask you to do is just go with the flow. Just go with the flow right now and do not fear. There's going to be things that scare us. We're human. There's going to be things that we see that look terrible. That is going to happen. It really is. But we have to say, okay, that was supposed to happen. That's part of it. That's part of it. That's part of it. Because where we're going is so incredible. There's going to be a few shake-ups and wake-ups along the way. And I've already seen it in my visions. I've already seen it. The whole world changes this year. The whole world changes this year. And yeah, I make some fun videos on this channel, but we can't forget the message of love and unity. We cannot forget the message of we're spiritual beings who have a creator who created everything. And we are co-creators of this. We have our say in this planet. We have our say in our lives. We do. Our voice matters. Our voice matters. We matter. And we are going to be heard. The people will be heard. There is no stopping what's coming. Imagine the most beautiful time that you can imagine. And God is going to give us something 1,000 times greater. Where we're heading is so much more beautiful I can't even describe, because I am merely me. I am merely me. And yes, the divine sits inside all of us, but I need you guys, and I need God, and I need Jesus Christ, and I need my team of angels and my team of spirit guides and all those around, all of us that are helping every second of our lives. So we are not alone. We have never been alone, and we will never be alone, even if it feels like it. And I'm here with all of you guys. So now, before we go, it's time to ask the Magic 8 Ball. Is the transition into the golden age going to be one filled of love, beauty, and excitement? Whoo! We want love, beauty, and excitement in this time. Yes, we've got the catalyst of 2025 coming. The catalyst of 2025 is coming. We cannot stop that, but we need that to go into the beautifulness of the golden age of 2026. Is it going to go smooth? I know what the answer's going to be to this one. Hey, hey, hey. Oh. It's a certain. It is certain. The golden age is coming in 2026. It is certain. And it's going to go with smoothness, with love, with joy, and with beauty. And that's thanks to all of you down here with me and all of us at this great time of awakening. It is tough, but it is beautiful. And if there's one thing we like on earth, it is a little bit of beauty. So till next time, guys, please take care of yourselves. I'll see you all soon. We've got some amazing videos coming up. We're going to be really busy on the channel over the next few weeks, over the next summer, over the next 20, 30 years. So you might as well like and subscribe now and stick around, because we ain't going anywhere. And a Souls Experience, me, Sean Hills, will see you really, really soon. Take care, guys. Love you all. And keep it rad.
There's not much to do when all I can is thinking about you. Not doing well, don't know where you are, 'cause you're not here. It's been way too long.